Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be talking about something which I thought I will never ever talk about on my channel, but here we are, and you guys have probably read the title by now. Also guys, I just want to put it out there like very openly कि ये video किसी भी तरीके से like I'm not trying to body shame people. I'm just sharing my journey with you guys, my weight loss journey, and how was I able to almost lose 10 kgs in just like 5 months. And yeah, so this video is going to be a long one, and like if you're not interested in watching these kind of videos, then I suggest that you skip this video altogether. And if you are here and if you're watching this video, then I suggest that you go and get a cup of coffee or anything, because I think this is going to be a long video. Okay, so guys, I'll be covering certain topics and I'm going to be putting them down in the description box below, so you guys can skip certain parts of the video if you're not interested, and if you're only interested in watching that particular part, so you can totally do that. So without further ado, let's get into the videos. When did this all start? So basically when I was in school, I was in a very good shape, and I remember when I was in like 8th, I had this perfect body. I had this perfect, the kind of body I wanted. I had that actually, and I was thin. I was not overweight or anything. But I also remember when I came in 9th grade, all of a sudden my weight started to gain like a lot, and all through high school the weight continued gaining. So when I was in 9th, I joined a gym, and ever since then I have been going to gym like since 9th grade. I mean, I was a foodie. I will say I still am a foodie. So I used to go to gym, but then I also used to go and eat junk. So obviously there was hardly any difference I could see in my body. But then fast forward, then came 12th grade, and I knew that this year is going to be my farewell, and I'm going to be wearing sari and everything, so I need to lose weight. So that is when I started doing like gymming like properly, and I started like dieting and all of that. So that whole year I put myself on this diet which I created for myself, and I used to do intermittent fasting and everything. So I started doing all of that, and by the end of my 12th class I was able to lose a couple of kgs, and I was pretty satisfied कि चलो कुछ तो lose हुआ. But still I was still struggling, because even though मैं कितना भी workout करती थी, मेरा weight hardly 1-8 kg से ज़्यादा lose नहीं होता था. I just didn't know what to do. So when I was in first year of my college, I remember I went to a doctor and I was diagnosed with PCOD. So basically all through these years, all through like since 9th, I have had PCOD, but no doctor was able to diagnose it, because उस time शायद लोगों को पता नहीं था, या डॉक्टर्स को पता नहीं था इंडिया में कि there's a thing called PCOD, and वो बस मुझे medicines पे रख देते थे. And also guys, if you don't know what PCOD is, then I suggest that you stop watching this video and go and Google about it first. I had PCOD, and that was the condition which like उसके कारण मेरा weight lose नहीं हो रहा था. So when I came to first year of my college, I remember कि मेरा weight फिर से बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ने लगा, like बहुत ज़्यादा. But by that time I gave up, because मैंने 4 साल से इतनी dieting करी थी. All through my high school I tried certain diets. I was going to gym, and now I really wanted to eat what I really liked and what I loved. So even though in first year of my college I used to go to gym, I used to work out, but I also used to eat a lot. तो कॉलेज में मेरा वेट फिर से बढ़ने लगा. आई रिमेंबर कि उस टाइम मेरा माइंडसेट ऐसा था ही नहीं कि मुझे वेट लूज़ करना है. बस लाइक फाइन, इट इज़ व्हाट इट इज़, एंड आई एम नेवर गोना लूज़ माई वेट. पूरी मोटिवेशन ही चली गई थी. तो फिर फास्ट फॉरवर्ड टू 3rd ईयर ऑफ माई कॉलेज, आई रिमेंबर कि इतना ज़्यादा वेट गेन हो गया था मेरा, इतना ज़्यादा वेट गेन हो गया था. इवन दो उस टाइम पे आई यूज़ टू गो टू योगा इन द मॉर्निंग, एंड आई यूज़ टू गो टू जिम इन द इवनिंग. And that is, I think, the most overweight I have been in my entire life. And I remember I weighed around 72 to 73 kgs, and that was a lot, because मेरा BMI उससे बहुत कम था. Like I was supposed to have a lower BMI. So मैं obese की category में आ रही थी basically. And I remember like in May 2019, that is when I graduated, I decided like this is it. ना मेरा PCOD क्योर हो रहा है, ना मेरा weight कम हो रहा है. Like this is it, now I have to do something about it seriously. That was the time. अगर मैं उस time weight lose कर लेती तो मैं कर लेती, वरना I think all my life मैं इतनी like I would have stuck to that 72 kgs, और probably I would have gained more. And I decided कि मैं खुद से अब कुछ नहीं करने वाली हूँ, like खुद से diet वाइट नहीं करूँगी. I will properly get a professional to help me with my diet. Like in the month of July 2019, I decided to get myself a nutritionist, like a professional. I went through like a lot of Instagram profiles and everything to find myself like the perfect nutritionist. And then there's this friend of mine who has a sister and she started with her business, and I went through her account, I read her reviews, and I saw like her Instagram page, and I was like blown away with the results she was giving to people. And I don't know, I just found her like really, like the perfect one, because she lives nearby and she was accessible easily. So I decided to have a word with her, and then we decided, like, she obviously asked me to fill a form, she asked me to put down whatever problems I was going through, and etc, etc. And then that's how I was put on like a diet plan. And the diet which she recommended to me was a low carb diet, and it was pretty difficult for me because she included like a lot of fats in it, and like I'm not a person who loved eating a lot of fats. She like asked me to eat things which I really hated. So in July 2019 it all began, and I remember that is when I also started working, like I started going to the office. So it was like the hardest part was that my office was actually in a mall, and as soon as I stepped out of my office, I had like KFC in front of me, I had Domino's in front of me, and like that was the hardest part, because like जब इतना सब आपके सामने है, so how are you gonna resist eating all of that? I remember I used to ask my mom to pack like a lunch, like full-fledged lunch for me, and मेरे सारे friends, all my colleagues like used to go to KFC or used to go to McD, and they used to get burgers and pizzas, and on the same table I am sitting there and I'm eating like my multi-grain chapati or my bhurji or whatever. The hardest part of that diet was that I was supposed to quit sweets, like ekdam like completely bun, like not even fruits. So I have a sweet tooth and I really love sweets. So that was like one of the hardest thing of that diet, I remember. Fast forward to like 2 months of trying that diet. So that diet plan was only for 3 months. The whole reason why I got this diet was because I knew कि अगर I will not invest in something, then I will not take it seriously. If I'm paying her, if I am paying somebody like so much money, then I want the results. I want the return of investment, basically, because like putting money for your diet is an investment. Within like a month, I started seeing like a little bit of difference in my body. I remember that I started I think I started with 72.2 kgs, and within a month I came down to like 71, and that was very surprising for me, because since PCOD था तो weight इतनी जल्दी कम नहीं होता. Like एक month में weight कम होना is like really impossible for somebody with PCOD. I think September में when I again checked my weight, it came down to 70 something, 69.5 से 70 हो गया था. तो I was pretty happy कि चलो this diet is actually working for me. Now you might be wondering कि मैं diet तो करी थी, but where was the workout part? As I said कि I have been a foodie, so मेरे लिए diet वाला part सबसे ज़्यादा मुश्किल है. Like क्योंकि workout वाला part तो I knew that I will do, because all these years I was going to gym, but I was not able to see a difference in me. Diet सही नहीं थी, इसलिए इतने साल से मुझे जिम में कोई रिजल्ट नहीं मिला. जब सितंबर के एंड में आई रियली डिसाइडेड कि चलो अब मेरा वेट लूज़ हो रहा है, अब मेरा डाइट वाला पार्ट कंट्रोल हो रहा है. So now I'm going to be focusing more on my workout and the gym aspect, basically. So I decided to join a gym, and I remember me and my cousins, we all used to go to gym together. And मैंने अभी तक जितनी बार भी मैं जिम गई हूँ अपनी लाइफ में, मैंने कभी पर्सनल ट्रेनर हायर नहीं किया है. So even this time when I started going to the gym, I did not have any trainer or anything. I used to do it on I used to do workouts on my own. एक दिन मैं कार्डियो करती थी, एक दिन मैं वेट्स करती थी. That is how I used to do. But then even though I was losing weight, I could see like results, like inch loss जिसको बोलते हैं लोग, वो हो रहा था क्योंकि मेरे कपड़े ढीले हो रहे थे. I could fit into my clothes. I could see the difference. But still that was very बहुत धीरे धीरे हो रहा था वो. And I had this goal in my mind कि मुझे February 1st तक I have to lose weight. Got myself a personal trainer I think in the mid of November, and yeah, I started training with him. and he was very experienced. And I remember initially वो मुझे बहुत धीरे धीरे like मेरा वर्कआउट मेरी स्ट्रेंथ बढ़ा रहा था बेसिकली, बिकॉज इनिशियली मेरे में ज़्यादा स्टैमिना नहीं था एंड धीरे धीरे वो बढ़ा रहा था. इन 2 weeks of that I actually started lifting really good ass weights. Like I started lifting really heavy from 5 kgs. Now I was actually lifting 20 kgs and 25 kgs. Crunches, I used to do 100 crunches every day without fail. I used to do 5k, and that was like a lot for me because I never thought that I can do it. Like I have more of like, I used to be like more of like a functional and cardio person, but somehow I started doing that. I remember by the mid of December, all my clothes, all my old clothes were like so damn loose. I lost about 4 kgs more. So from 70, I think I came down to like 66, 67, and that was an achievement. I was like, how can I lose like 3 kgs in like a month? This is insane. And that is when I was like so much motivated. Like I remember I used to go to gym every day without fail. I even used to go to gym on Sundays. Like I enjoyed it so damn much. In the month of January I came down to like 65, and जनवरी में मेरी ट्रेनिंग बहुत ज़्यादा हार्ड हो गई थी. लाइक मैं बहुत ज़्यादा अपने आप को पुश करने लगी थी. दैट वॉज प्रीटी डैम बैड ऑन माई सेल्फ बेसिकली, बट आई यूज टू डू दैट एंड साइमल्टेनियसली मेरी डाइट तो चल ही रही थी. सो केम 1st Feb and I can't believe guys, I lost, in fact, like I came down to 64 kgs even before February. Like I started with 73 and I came to 64, and that too like in 3 months basically मेरा weight काफ़ी कम हो गया. जब 1st Feb को मैंने अपना weight measure किया and it was like 64, I was so damn happy that I came to 60, like I came down to 64. And even though मतलब मुझ में I mean I did achieve my goal, but I had this urge कि now I have to keep pushing myself, because even though I have lost a lot of weight, that doesn't mean that I cannot gain it. I stopped taking services from that personal trainer. I started doing it on my own, and that was pretty hard because for 2 months I was dependent on a trainer, and now all of a sudden I have to be like, you know, like I have to do things by myself again. So that transition was pretty hard, but I still managed somehow. I think by February end I weighed 63 or 62.5 kgs, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe कि मेरी PCOD वाली problem भी solve हो रही है. That is how I lost so much weight. And also guys, I would say कि it's still a journey for me. अभी भी मेरा BMI सही नहीं है. I still have like a lot to lose. In fact, अभी मैंने 1-8 kg gain कर लिया because of this whole quarantine thing. A lot of consistency with things, with workouts, with diet, because that is what really worked for me. There was no magic, there was no shortcut. I did not take any supplements. I didn't even take protein for that matter. I should have, but I didn't. I didn't take any fat burners. Losing this much weight has made me happy, but every coin has 2 sides. So in this video I talked about my journey, about how I lost weight and why did I struggle with it and all of that. So there's going to be a part 2 of this video where I will talk about the disadvantages of losing weight. Trust me, there are so many disadvantages, and the things and the challenges I had and I faced during this whole journey, during this whole process. I'm going to be talking about that, so stay tuned. Also guys, if you want me to do like a whole video on PCOD, I will do that. I will cover it for you guys, because I think this is the first time I have actually like publicly mentioned that, you know, I am diagnosed with PCOD. Like I do not like to talk about these topics, but then I realized that this is the reality, this is what it is. So why not like break the stigma and talk about things like that? And you will see like these kind of videos on my channel like a lot more from now on. Like I will be covering topics related to mental health. I will be talking about, you know, like a lot of things for today's video, and I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it, and I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there, like if you ever want to lose weight, or if you ever decide to, or if you are demotivated in losing weight, then I will suggest this, that just keep going. Like just don't stop. It's a journey, it's a process. It will take years, it might take months, but just don't stop, and you will be there. Whatever your health goal is to achieve, you will get there, I promise. So yeah, with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, if you have any queries, just put it down in the comments below, and I will cover it for you guys. And I hope to see you in my next video guys. Bye.